Are all in there with a possibility and more, no doubt. But Carl coming out with the wonderful stallion in Addington and scoring a great score, 83.29 in the Grand Prix. So lovely to see Utopia out. Carl, an absolutely unbelievable rider, and we all wish him the very best of luck in London. Of course, we're sweating on our Australian team, starting with the selection event happening in the next 24 hours. So lovely beginning for Lesley-Anne. Great trot half passes, very elegant horse. Another colourfully marked horse, another with 4 white stockings, this time stockings going up a little higher. An extended trot, just a little short in the neck, but ridden with great flair. Just not quite with the beat of the music. There's some great software available from Holland, picking up the beat using a combination of video and nicely done with the volte and the half pass, and we saw that change of hand, which adds to the difficulty. By the way, in Addington, Carl also riding the Atlantico, and Gareth Hughes also riding. Gareth more or less grew up in Australia, in Queensland, so we claim just a little part of him. An absolutely lovely rider, and riding with success in Great Britain, being born in Britain also. So down centre line for Lesley-Anne into a trot shoulder, and could be a little more angle. There's the bend in the neck, but not really the angle on the track. And volte left. And trot half straight, lovely half pass, pole the highest point from this angle, looking great. Perhaps a little short in the neck from a side view, but Lesley-Anne doing a super job. Very lovely rider, Lesley-Anne, very correct, and someone who does enjoy her horses, absolutely. Extended walk, now he's releasing a little from the neck, the Danong we're looking for. Good overstep, but little more shoulder freedom. And by the way, we are keeping an eye on those tweets and Facebook, so we just love it when you start to chat and send us messages and so on. Great, Brett, and it's Lucy who's the one, and thank you for the kisses, that's great. Oh, that's all going to go to my head, Lucy. I'd love to commentate at the Olympics. Absolutely, I think I'd enjoy it so much. But no, I don't think I'm going to be commentating at the Olympics. You never know, though.
Ricky should be commentating at the Olympics, but I think we may have just got in just too late, unfortunately. But we'll get you there one day, Ricky.
Oh, well, I like the sound of that Sunday. That's terrific. But you never know. Keep tuned to Equestrian Live.
Please don't forget us.
Equestrian Life will, of course, be covering what's going on. So keep checking up on the website. Aren't we looking forward to it? On Foxtel, and I believe there's a tie-up with the EA media partner Eurosport, we're going to have a 24/7 equestrian channel. Can you believe it? Here in Australia, we are looking at 24/7 equestrian coverage of London Olympics, our own channel. How exciting is that? Beautiful changes from Lesley-Anne. Looks like she's going for quite a lot of them, however, and this is more than we really want in the advance. You're going to see me scrabbling for my rule book in a second, but my understanding is there is a maximum of 3 allowed, and it looked to me like that wasn't an accident, that poor Lesley-Anne made the mistake. They were beautiful, she did a great job, but greater difficulty, and I think we were talking about it earlier, weren't we, that for the protection of the horse, we've made this rule. No, obviously that was well within this horse's capability, but this is an advanced level test, so we restrict all riders to a maximum degree of difficulty. Counter half pirouette there, perhaps it was a little bit, could have been more harmonious. There was a little bit of tightness in that one, and again this time only 3, and could be a little straighter after. So Lesley-Anne just getting a little bit too flamboyant here. I feel that the harmony suffering just a bit, but there's a flair and there's an excitement to it, and we can appreciate that. With this extra energy, we saw it earlier with Sandrell's, the counter change of hand, difficult movement, the most difficult allowed at this level, and just losing the parallelism and straightness. But Lesley-Anne having fun, and I think Amicelli gold as well. But we can see a little bit of the tension. You can see it in the tail. The carriage of the tail is just a little tight, a little bit swishing, and the changes become a little swaying there. But exciting. Great job. The mark for degree of difficulty. Oops. Oh, and heavens, she did a full pirouette. Not allowed a full pirouette. So that will mean that her half pirouette to the right mark will unfortunately be a 0. So this is the penalty. This is the exact technical thing that happens. When a rider does a movement of higher difficulty than is allowed, the equivalent movement that they were allowed gets a score of 0. And Lesley-Anne, I think her music is finished, and she's, if not very careful, she's going to go over time. So it's almost like she was doing a freestyle.